And we are live. Hey, what is up, everyone? Got my deer antlers back on, ready to do some Christmas hacking, saving Christmas on TryHackMe. Welcome to the Hack Smarter Twitch live stream if you're catching this live, or welcome to my YouTube page if you're watching this after the fact. What up, Espran, however I say your name. Good to have you back again, my friend. We are just going ahead and dive into things. Let me go ahead and share my screen with you guys. If I can click the right thing. There we go. So I just booted up Parrot OS like I shared in the first live stream. I'm changing this up completely. I am comfortable with Kali Linux. Kali is kind of what I use. I've never really used Parrot OS, and we are going to use it for the Advent of Cyber event just so I can learn some new stuff in Parrot. And I think we get to use our VM in this challenge. I just glanced at it real quickly, but let's go ahead and get logged in. Would encourage you to follow along if you're watching this live with me, or even after the fact on YouTube. If you have not done day 2, let's do it together and see what we can learn. Having trouble getting your pages back, that's okay. Hopefully I'm still logged in. Yeah, looks like I am. Open up Advent of Cyber, and I should ask for the couple of you live, everything sound good? If it doesn't, let me know. If my mouth is just moving and you can't see what I'm saying, that's a problem. Let's go ahead and get our VPN file. I believe we get to use it today. And we'll do download my configuration file. Sounds good? Okay, perfect. Glad it sounds good. And we'll just save it to downloads. That's fine. There we go. So open up our terminal. Maybe. Did I click it? Yeah, there we go. I like the terminal of Parrot. Like, it's nice and colorful. Do we got it there? Can we just do OpenVPN? Come on. I want it autocomplete for me. Yeah, we have OpenVPN. It won't tab complete. I'd assume tab complete is a thing in Parrot, but maybe not. There we go. I believe we are connected. Yep. There's our IP right there. It's on 0. We should be connected to the TryHackMe VPN. Perfect. Go back to our Advent of Cyber challenge. Let's start the machine while we read through it. I will zoom in a little bit so you guys can see it. And let's have some more story time, shall we? Santa's Security Operations Center, the SOC, has noticed one of their web servers, SantaGift.shop, has been hijacked by the Bandit Yeti APT group. Elf McBlue's task is to analyze the log files captured from the web server to understand what is happening and track down the Bandit Yeti APT group. Let's do it. Learning objectives. In today's task, you will 1. Learn what log files are and why they're useful. 2. Understand what valuable information log files can contain. 3. Understand some common locations these logs file, I think it's log files, can be found. 4. Use some basic Linux commands to start analyzing log files for valuable information. And finally, help Elf McBlue track down the Bandit Yeti APT. All right. Well, what are log files and why are they useful? Log files are files that contain historical records of events and other data from an application. Some common examples of events that you might find in a log file: login attempts or failures, traffic on a website, things like website URLs, files that have been accessed, password changes, application errors used in debugging, and many, many more. By making a historical record of events that have happened, log files are extremely important pieces of evidence when investigating. What has happened? When has it happened? Where has it happened? Who did it? Were they successful? And what is the result of this action? For example, a systems administrator may want to log the traffic happening on a network. We can use logging to answer the questions above in a given scenario. A user has reportedly accessed inappropriate material on a university network. With logging in place, a sysadmin could determine the following. What has happened? A user is confirmed to have accessed inappropriate material on the university network. Bad user. When has it happened? It happened on 12/08 on Tuesday, 1/10/2022. Where has it happened? It happened from a device with an IP address of 10.3.24.51. Who did it and were they successful? The user was logged into the university network with their student account. No, you always got to borrow your friend's student account for that. And what is the result of the action? The user was able to access inappropriate content.thm, not that website again. What does a log file look like? Log files come in all shapes and sizes. However, a useful log will contain at least some of the following attributes: a timestamp of the event, date and time, the name of the service that is generating the log file. SSH is a remote device management protocol that allows a user to log into a system remotely. The actual event the service logs. In the event of a failed authentication, what creds were tried and by whom. IP address, and we see an example right here. We have the date there. We have the error message, invalid user. We have the IP address, and we have the port. Common locations of log files. On Windows, Windows features an inbuilt application that allows us to access historical records of events that happen. The event viewer is illustrating the picture below. You can access that just on your local computer. These events are usually categorized in the following. Application. This is all the events related to applications. As you can guess, the service TryHackMe was restarted. Security, all events related to the system security. You can see when a user logs into a system or accesses the credential manager for passwords. User Symantec successfully logged in. Setup, this category contains all the events related to the system's maintenance. For example, Windows Update logs are stored here. The system must be restarted. That's the example before KB can be installed. And finally, system. This category contains all the events related to the system itself. This category of events contains logs that relate to changes in the system itself. For example, when the system is powered on or off, or when devices such as USB devices are plugged in or removed. And here's the example. The system unexpectedly shut down at power issues. If you ever work in IT support like I used to, get familiar with this. This is a very good friend of yours, even in IT support, when you see why things are breaking. All right, Linux. In this flavor of Linux, operating system log files and often software specific such as Apache 2 are located within the var log directory. We can use ls in the var log directory to list all the log files located on the system. And we could probably do that on our local system here. There you go. If I make this full screen, here are the log files on our Parrot OS box. So you have some VMware stuff here. Other cool stuff. Neat. All right, let's keep moving. They're just doing the same thing we just did. The following table highlights some important log files. We'll just read, gosh, so much reading, but that's okay. Authentication. This log file contains all authentication login. This is usually attempted either remotely or on the system itself. Auth.log, failed password for root from that port 22 SSH2. Package management. This log file contains all events related to package management on the system. When installing a new software, a package, this is logged in this file. This is useful for debugging or reverting changes in case this installation causes unintended behavior on the system. There's our file, and there's the example. Syslog. This log file contains all events related to things happening in the system's background. For example, cron tabs executing, services starting and stopping, or other automatic behavior such as log rotation. This file can help debug problems. We have our examples there. And finally, the kernel. This log file contains all events related to kernel events on the system. For example, changes to the kernel or output from devices such as networking equipment or physical devices such as USB devices, kern.log, firewall, etc., etc. Looking through log files. Log files can quickly contain many events and hundreds, if not thousands, of entries. The difficulty in analyzing log files is separating useful information from useless, kind of like talking to people, right? Tools such as Splunk are software solutions known as Security Information and Event Management, or SIM or SIEM, everyone seems to say it differently, is dedicated to aggregating logs for analysis. Listed in the table below are some of the advantages and disadvantages of these platforms. Advantages. SIM platforms are dedicated services for log analysis. SIM platforms can collect a wide variety of logs from devices to networking equipment. SIM platforms allow for advanced, in-depth analysis of many log files at once. Disadvantages. Commercial SIM platforms are expensive to license and run. SIM platforms take considerable time to properly set up and configure, and SIM platforms require training to be properly used. Luckily for us, most OSs already come with a set of tools that allow us to search through log files. In this room, we will be using the grep command on Linux. All right, grep 101, very exciting stuff. Grep is a command dedicated to searching for a given text in a file. Grep takes a given input, a text or value, and searches the entire file for any text that matches our input. Before using grep, we have to find the location of the log file that we want to search for. By default, grep will use your current working directory. You can find out where your current working directory is by using pwd. For example, in the terminal below, we are working in the example there, right? Really easy, kind of basic stuff. There you go. We are in home.tyler. So let's keep going. If we wish to change our current working directory, you can use cd. I'm assuming you guys know that. If you don't, there are some good rooms on TryHackMe that explains the basics of Linux, followed by the new path you wish to change. For example, cd my path here. Once we determine we're in the correct directory, we can use ls to list the files and directories in our current working path. An example of this is input in the terminal below. So once again, don't want to assume all of you have done this before. So if we cd into documents like that, ls, there's nothing there, so we just do touch. That's going to create a file. So now here's our present working directory. We're going to cd, change directory. I start typing doc and hit tab, and it auto-completes. I don't know why I didn't do it when I was trying to do the VPN. And then ls, there is our test.txt, present working directory. We moved our directory over to home, Tyler, documents. Now that we know where our log files are, var.log or var/log, we can begin to proceed with learning how to use grep. To use grep, we need to do three things. Call the command, specify any options that we wish to use. This will later be explained, but for now we can ignore this, and specify the location of the file we wish to search through. Grep will first assume the file is in your current directory, unless you tell it otherwise by providing the path to the file, path to our log file. For example, in the terminal below, we are using grep to look through the log file for an IP address. The log file is located in our current working directory, so we do not need to provide a path to the log file, just the name. So you can see, here's our terminal. We're grepping. There's the IP address we're looking for, and the file we're looking for it at, and it's in our current directory, so we don't have to specify the full path. And then it's going to pull everything out of that log file that is connected to that IP address. In the terminal above, we can see two entries in this log file, access.log, for this IP address. For reference, we've narrowed down two entries from a log file with 469 entries. You can see how that saves a lot of time. Our life has already been made easier. Here are some ideas for things you want to use grep to search a log file for: a name of a computer, a name of a file, a name of a user account, an IP address, a certain timestamp or date. One other thing I'll show you guys, we'll see if it works. Whoops, hashcat.h. So the times I've used this, if I just glance through hashcat, if you've ever used hashcat, it is of course used to crack hashes. If we go up to, which one do we want to pick? If we do SHA, let's do this. So the way hashcat works is this hashcat, gosh, I can't spell hashcat, -m, and then you have to specify like the type of hash that you're cracking, which is these numbers here. One thing that sometimes works, if we do hashcat-h, pipe, and then if we grep for SHA, it'll show us all the hashes that have SHA in it, right? So if we know we have SHA 256 hash, we can go like that, and it's going to show us everything that has SHA 256. Instead of looking through the entire thing of hashcat, you can do it this way. It's just a lot easier. Can we do NTLM? And there we go. There's our NTLM hashes. So once again, instead of going through the entire help flyer for hashcat, you grep, look for the hash you're looking for, and you can see right away in hashcat, oh my goodness, there's a spider. 1 second, y'all. I am scared of spiders. Oh, I killed them. Oh my goodness. We almost had a freak out on stream, y'all. I am terrified of spiders. And that spider just ran right by my keyboard. I don't think this is Christmas. I think this is Halloween. My heart is pumping. You guys don't realize how scared of spiders I am. Where did that spider come from? Oh my goodness. We are going to take a short break so I can clean the spider off my desk before I lose my mind. Oh man, I'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, I am back. I am slightly recomposed, still paranoid. I have no idea where that spider came from, right? We talk about software bugs. That's the real scary bug. I'd rather deal with malware any day than a real spider. You guys don't realize. So I'm sitting here, and right in front of my mouse and keyboard, this spider is one of those fast spiders, goes sprinting by, and I try to hit him with this Mountain Dew right here, but sodas are open at the bottom, right? So I hit him once and lifted it up, and like a demon, it came running at me, and I had to double tap that beast. My heart was pumping. But I'm back. Have some excitement on stream there. Let me go back to sharing my screen. I'm gonna be looking down this whole time, not be able to focus. Okay, there's my screen again. And what was I talking about? Oh, Hashcat, right? Using Grep to find hashes in Hashcat. Whew. All right. Back to the hacking. Totally threw me off there. Okay, we went through that. As previously mentioned, we can provide some options to Grep to enable us to have more control over the results of Grep. The table below contains some of the common options that you may wish to use with Grep. -I, perform a case-insensitive search, for example, hello world. And hello world will return the same results. And then we have our example there. Get a drink. Searching using regex, whatever it is, regular expressions always confuse me. They make almost no sense to me. For example, we can search for lines that contain either THM or TryHackMe. Okay, this one makes sense, but when you see the actual way these things are strung together to find letters and stuff, bruh, they make no sense to me. It's so confusing. And -r, search recursively. For example, searching all of the files in a directory for this value, grep -r, hello world, and then our directory, of course. Further options available in Grep can be searched with Grep's manual page via man grep, and you can do that for all commands, right? And we can kind of search through there, or we could grep through it, right? If we're looking for something specific. Can we man hashcat? Yep. I think I already had a terminal open, didn't I? Yeah, we don't need this many terminals open. Oh, how many terminals do I have open? A lot, obviously. Okay. Practical for today's task. You will need to deploy the machine attached to this task. We already did that by pressing Start Machine button located at the top right of this task. The machine should launch in split screen view. If it does not, you will need to press the blue Show Split Screen button. Oh, can I not use my... Oh, I can. If you wish, you can use the following credits to assess the machine using SSH. Remember to connect to the OpenVPN first. Use the knowledge you've gained in today's task to help Elf McBlue track down the Bandit Yeti APT. Okay, well, we are connected to the network. Let's go ahead and we have TryHackMe exclamation mark and Elf McBlue. Here's our IP, so let's go ahead and grab our IP. Once again, we don't need all of these windows open. Close. Where's my root one? We don't need this one. All right. Picturing spiders crawling on me now. Let's SSH as Elf McBlue at that IP. Yes. And TryHackMe exclamation mark. There we go. All right. We can kind of see the questions through the terminal. Use the ls command to list the files present in the current directory. How many log files are present? 2. All right. So starting off nice and easy. Elf McSkitty managed to capture the logs generated by the web server. What is the name of this log file? I'm used to Kali that when I click back up there, it just reopens my terminal. That's why I kept opening terminals. I'm assuming that's webserver.log. I don't know what your guys' guess is, but that's my guess. Wonder what the hint is. You can use the ls. Okay, so yeah, very basic stuff. Begin investigating the log file from question 3 to answer the following questions. First, let's just see how big the log file is if we don't grep or do anything. Kali. Too used to Kali. So if we cat, see, lots of stuff. You do not want to have to manually go through a log file like this. I feel like I'm in the Matrix. I'm a true hacker. Green text, black background. Beautiful. Stop. Okay, there. Go back to here. On what day was Santa's naughty and nice list stolen? So what do you think we could grep for? So we're using just that log. We could grep for list maybe. So if we do cat webserver.log, that made it a little bit better. Still not good enough. Maybe naughty would be a thing to look for. So let's grep and look for naughty. There we go. Well, that's Naughty James. That's not the naughty list, right? When was Santa's naughty and nice list stolen? Some nice things, a nice and easy introduction. Maybe we're supposed to use the other one. sshd.log. I don't. Oh, that's just, okay. So no, it would be that one. So cat web server, naughty and nice list stolen from Santa. What if we just do Santa? Oh, maybe I should grep instead of just typing Santa, don't you guys think? I'm really glad to see I'm not the only one that struggled with this part. I'm sure. I mean, one would think it's easy. You're just looking for the 90. What is the name of the important list? Oh, hold up. Let me just look at the further questions. On what day was it stolen? What is the IP? What is the name of the important list that the attacker stole from Santa? Okay, so the name of his list might have something nice. How's the song go? Has a list. He's checking it twice. Gonna find out who's naughty and nice. Santa Claus is. It doesn't say what the name of the list is. I don't really want to look at the hint. On what day was Santa's naughty and nice list stolen? What is the name of the important list that the attacker stole from Santa? Looking through the logs, the format. Well, we can find that log file. Whoops. That one should be easy, right? Come on. Cat, web server log, grep, thm. No? Am I looking in the wrong area? Begin investing the log file from question 3. And answer the following questions. Well, we can complete that. What am I dumb? The answer is looking for a day in the week. Well, I know it's looking for a day in the week. Do I have to grep each day of the week? Or can I do that weird rejects thing? Like separate it that way. Well, let's just do it that way. Maybe that'll work. Whoops, don't close. Let's grep like this, and we'll do /I so it's not case sensitive, right? And we'll do Monday. Whoops, we need the pipe. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Gosh dang it. What the heck? Ready, steady, cook Monday. Is it case sensitive? Is it because I didn't do that first? Oh, I have to do the E for that. Yeah, that's a good point. Is it naughty local? Read naughty local. What does it look like on here? Whoops. How many letters is it? R-E, and nope, that doesn't work. Yeah, that's not the list. I'll actually look it up. I just want to see which day it is. No, I don't want a hint. This is ridiculous and I'm stuck. I don't know. I'm obviously missing something super freaking obvious, but that's okay. So it's a Friday. Gosh, not being in Cali is really throwing off the way I clicked that. Come on. My keyboard is bugging out. Over. Okay. Here's all of our days. And we know it's a Friday now just because I spammed it till I got Friday. What the heck? How am I stuck? Seriously, we're just grepping through a log file. All right, Esperan, tell me this. Is it in this log? I had the answer on the screen once. Are you joking me? I bet I had it in the beginning. Is it Naughty James? No, what's the name of the list? That wouldn't be Naughty James. That wouldn't fit there. had the answer on the screen. That's throwing me off. I had the answer on the screen once. What commands have I done? Evil Santa, Santa Claus, Santa's list.txt. I bet that's what it is right there. I see. And if we just looked up the 18th of November, I bet that's a Friday. Yep, it's a Friday. It's Santa's list.txt. Just missing the obvious stuff in front of me. We would have had it done right in the beginning. That's one of the first things I looked for. Come on. Okay. What is the IP address of the attacker? That's right there. Performing a GET request. Oh, okay, that didn't copy. I'll right click and copy then. S. Brand says he Grep for everything he could think of but Santa. That's funny. Such an easy thing to get tripped up on there, obviously. And the fact that I pulled it up on my screen and I missed it, right? Just slow down and pay attention to the details. That's good advice for me when I sit for the OSCP. Look through the log files. Oh, both of them for the flag. The format of the flag is THM that. Okay, so that's the log files. We already kind of did that with this one. If we do THM like that. I wonder if these are the log files that are being referred to, or if we have to go actually look at the log files. Do we need to look at these ones? Or do they want us to look at the folder we were in before, I wonder? Let's look at the question, see if it hints to us. Which one do we want to look at? Oh, so they want us to look at the actual var.log. That makes sense. So, recursive was lowercase r. So it would be grep r, and then we're going to do the directory. So, let's go up here. Oh my goodness. That's going to throw me off for a long time. Grep-r, and we'll do -i. And we'll go like that. I'm probably doing the syntax wrong. Search all the files in a directory for this value. That's what we did, right? Grep-r hello world, my directory. Is it this one? No, we already grep for that. Grep-r, THM. If we just do THM. Oh, it was right here. We were looking in the var.log. It was actually just in our main folder right here. We can see it right here. THM stolen Santa's list. We're making it complicated by looking at the actual log folder. Submit. Interest in log analysis. Nope. All right. We got stuck on a very simple part, guys, but we did it. We have completed day 2. Thank you again for hanging out with me. As I shared before, these will be shorter than my normal streams. Still gearing up to take the OSCP. I am less than a week away now. Next Thursday and Friday, I will be sitting for the OSCP exam. Hopefully passing, hopefully writing my report on Friday, and I will be back to streaming after that. But leading up to the OSCP and after it, I will be live every single night, at least for a little bit, and we will knock out each one of these challenges day by day, missing the stuff that's right in front of us together, and hopefully we learn something through the process. So guys, thank you for hanging out with me tonight. Thank you for watching me get viciously attacked by a monstrous spider running across my keyboard, and hope you guys have a good night and an awesome Christmas. See ya.